All right, guys, big thank you from Blizzard. So this tutorial, we want design this documentary type of listing where you see for the screen here. So basically, what we want to do here now, we want to create this whole list. Then when you hover on any of them, it will give you this small display of a video, like a preview of that particular documentary, right? So that's what we try to do. Then if you see the cursor now, we get custom cursor. So when we hover on some key points now, it will expand the cursor for us to show so okay, these areas they clickable, right? So we'll do this thing with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So the CSS now we use SCSS, and if you don't know how to work with SCSS, I'd already create a tutorial for SCSS, and I could drop the link to that tutorial for the description of this video. So quickly now, I'm gonna jump enter the tutorial and I'm gonna see how to tidy this stuff. So right here inside my VS Code, I get some files and I'd already dropped some codes already here just to give us an head start, right? So my normal HTML5 template, then I import this font now from Google Fonts, which is I think the ones we're going to use now, the Syra and I think Lato. No, Syra and Sacramento. So I'm not really sure. So we'll need this Lato here. So I might just take them out now. I think if I copy from here down to somewhere here, if we take them out, okay. So we use Sacramento and Syra. Then inside my main.css now, I already create some CSS root variables, a light color, a dark color, a gray color, and this crimson. Then the font family is all they use. Then I'm not sure, so we won't need this cursor none now. So we'll need them later on for the video now where we create the custom cursor. So I'll just even take them out for now. Then inside the body now, we'll basically just get this background color. We'll set them to the lights. Then the font family, we'll set them to font Syra, and we'll set the font width to 600. So now just to get for the main.css. Then I still get a reset.css file while the graph from Eric Mayer reset to. So what this file could do, it go reset our default browser styling so that we're going to see every single style we bring into this designer, we bring up from scratch. Okay, then if you look my folder structure, I get this folder called assets. So this asset are basically the clips what they use for this tutorial. So maybe in a real world application, this thing might not be videos where you upload to the files. If it be linked to something else or linked to video for some CDNs, right? But for now, this one go do for our tutorial. So I go drop by the time we finish, I'll drop the whole files and the code and everything for GitHub. Then I'll link that repo to I'll drop the link to that repo for the description of this video. So quickly, I'm gonna jump into the whole stuff I'm gonna start to design. So the first thing we'll do now, we'll create a main element. Then inside this main, I will get header and inside the header, or just after the header, we'll create a section. So this section, I will give them a class of documentaries, right? This documentary now will hold the listing to all the documentaries we create or documentary we feature for our app. So inside this header, we'll get a wrapper, a row, and inside the row now we'll get 3 columns. So the first column will be for the logo, the second one will be for the theme or site theme or site heading or whatever we'll call them. Then the third column I will hold the 2 top menu for about and the translation menu. So I'll come here now, you say col times 3, then inside this column, this first one will be for the logo. So I'll just say let me just say logo area here. Inside this logo area now, we'll create a logo. It will be h1. So h1 dot logo. If we use something else, if we even use span self. So I'm gonna say span dot logo. Then, oh, you know what? I'm gonna say h1. Or if you use div, if you use anything. But for now, just for the purpose of this tutorial, we'll do one like this. Then inside this stuff, we'll create cities talk back. So I just like create the logo from HTML structure, right? Because normally now you go want to use something like an SVG or whatever. So I'm not just go that route. If not, if you just stamp on SVG here and it will just in our logo be that. But you get the gist here, just for tutorial purposes. So when we do this, the next one will be the theme. So this theme now, if you call it title, it might just call it theme. I'll say h2 dot primary, and we'll say America is an idea and not a geography. Okay. This is really small now, but CSS go under. So the next one I will create a span, we'll call them secondary, and we'll say stories from the Lyft Drive community. Okay. So after this will come the third column, and this column will be header menu. So inside here now we'll create another list. We'll call it menu. Then inside now we'll get list item with a class of menu item. So inside this menu item now, we'll create an anchor tag and a span, and we'll call them about. Then I'll duplicate this. Then inside this other second menu item, we'll change about to ENG for English. Then we'll use ion icon. I already import them here. So if we come search for Google now, we'll use caret down. I think it should be this one. Caret down field. Yeah. So we just copy this code for corner here and we'll go back. We'll paste that here. So we'll get the caret here. So we'll style this header first. We'll see how we'll take proceed. So inside my SCSS file, I'll come down and I'll target the main, or not necessarily need to target main. We'll target the header. But you know what? We'll observe this thing again. If we target the wrapper, the row separately and the column separately, then we target header separately. Okay, so that I go do. I go target the wrapper, then I'll set width to 100% and we'll set margin to 0 auto. Then for the row, we'll set the padding to 0 for the top and the bottom, then 20 pixels to the left and the right. We'll say make display be flex and align items to flex start and justify context to space between. So I'll do them like this now. We'll space out these items now. So to make sure say all of them they aligned properly, we won't give them equal width. So what I could do, I'll target the column, then I'll set flex to 1. So now if I set flex to 1 now, inspect this thing. You're say the summer gets equal width, right? So we need to shift these two guys, go the extreme end. So to do that, when we target the header menu, we're going to need to push and go the extreme end. But when we get to that place, we'll go down. So for now, we'll target the header. Main, then we'll put all these items inside main. Okay. Yeah. So when we target the header, we'll set padding to 20 pixels for the top and the bottom, 0 pixels to the left and the right. Then we'll set margin bottom to 60 pixels because we want to space this header from the section. So the next thing is we'll target the logo area and we'll target the theme and we'll target the header menu. Then inside the menu of the header menu, which is this menu, right? Inside this header menu, what we will do, we will set display to flex, align items to center, and justify content to flex end so that we push that menu now to the extreme end to the right, which is, if I save this, yeah, we did the end here. Then the next thing I will just set gap to space the two items there. So we'll set the gap to say 20 pixel. Yeah. So we'll not get this stuff. So the next one we need to do now, we'll target this logo area. We'll just finish with this logo. So inside the logo area now, we'll target the actual logo. Then we'll set text transform to uppercase. And our font weights or font size rather will be 32 pixel. Then font weight could be 800. Then we'll say maybe I will need margin bottom here. Adopt. Yeah. Then to break all the stuff now, I don't know why we make each of them span because we want to make all of them do their own line. We've still put BRO for break tag, but I just decided to do them that way, right? So we'll target the span and we'll just set display to block, and we'll get something like this here. So the next thing, we need to target the theme. So we'll target the theme now. We'll set text transform So uppercase, text align to center. And inside this theme, we need to target the primary and the secondary. So the first one, which is the primary now, secondary. So inside primary now, we'll set the color to crimson and font size to 24 pixel. The font weight will set them to 700 and letter spacing of 2 pixel. The margin button will be 4 pixel to space them out from the secondary. So we'll get something like this. And now for the secondary, we'll target the font size and we'll set on the 14 pixel, and the font weight as well will be 700 and letter space into like 1 pixel. Okay, get something like this. So now I'm going to target this last two for this end here now. So back to the header menu, we'll target the menu items now, which is this menu items, and we'll also target the anchor tag inside the menu item. So first thing first, menu item and anchor tag. Or if you just do something like this, yeah. So set our font size to 16 pixel, then text transform. Text transform could be uppercase and text decoration will be none. Okay. Then display flex and line items center. We'll set gap to 4 pixel. Letter space into 2 pixel and color to dark. So we're not going to use SCSS currently now to a full potential. Why? Because if you see some of these inside the code here now, yeah, I don't repeat so many type of stuff, and then why we're actually the one to use SCSS so that we're not going to repeat ourselves. Things like setting this flex type. See, I say flex don't appear a lot here. Like I'll set flex here, I will set flex here. You get, if you actually make these things into make sense. So just because this now for tutorial purpose now, it's allowed. I did one like this for now because I don't want to be strict with how I code this thing. But in a real world application, I would advise you to use make sense, right? Okay. So now, oh, what happened? Let's see. Our English. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Menu item. Span. So we get small issue with this. So my inspect. So to make this side by side, now we need to target this menu item, or we actually target our Nabi. Oh, okay. So we need to put the iron icon inside the anchor tag. And refresh. Yeah, we get the stuff. So the next thing we need to do now, we need to create the listings for this documentaries. Now we need to focus on the documentaries list and tidy those items. So what we'll do now, I'll collapse this area, then we'll start to work on the documentaries. Might increase this font a little bit, then take this out. Okay, let's see. Yep, cool. So what we need to do now, we'll create a wrapper, then inside this wrapper we'll create a row, and for inside this row we'll get a nav element. Then we'll give a class of documentary, spell this in so documentary menu. So inside this menu now we'll get a list item and color menu, then inside menu item, oh sorry, this one's supposed to be list item. So menu item. So inside the menu item now we'll get an anchor tag where we'll hold the documentary title and another small text to just documentary title basic in general. So I'll just say a title. Why they spell this wrongly there now? A title, and inside this title we'll create two span tag. So the first spanner will be primary, and we'll say borderlands. So I'll duplicate this, and this one will be secondary. Then we'll change this text to waiting for America. So now inside this menu item we'll place our video here. So I'll use a video tag and autoplay and loop. Then inside the video we'll get a source tag. Source. So the source go points to asset slash clip slash the first MP4 clip. Then we'll create a type, and it will be video slash MP4. Okay. So each menu item now carry these stuffs here. So right now, you know what we'll get the borderlands, waiting for America, and this our clip. So if we duplicate this and do the second clip, and we'll give the name Bad Hombre, and we'll change the secondary text to Forever from Los Angeles. I bought the name to turn out to Los Santos. Grand Theft Auto, guys. So Los Santos never Grand Theft Auto self. I mean Las Venturas. That's GTA 4 or something. Anyway, more carry on. So get these two items here. So for now, we'll comment out the video so that we'll focus on these items here. Then when we just style them, we'll introduce the video back. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to target the documentaries, which is the section here. So I'll collapse some of all these areas because we'll not need them. Documentaries. So inside these documentaries now, we'll target the documentary menu and make sure I spell this incorrectly. Documentary menu. I'll just set margin to 0 or 2. Okay. And inside the documentary menu, or do we even need to do that? We'll not do a lot of nesting. I'll come down outside the documentary menu. I'll just target menu. Then we'll set a max width to fit content and margin to auto. And we'll target the menu item. Then I'll set my position to relative because when we start to style the video, we're going to set the position of that video to absolute, but we don't want to make it come outside of this appearance. So now we'll make sure say our menu item now get position of relative. Okay, so text align to center and margin bottom to 20 pixel. So target the anchor tag inside here or dot title, and we'll set text decoration to none, and our color will be dark. Display will be inline flex. Flex direction will be column, and yeah. Okay. So now inside this title, we'll target the span and we'll set display to block. Then since we get two span tag, one at primary, the other one at secondary now, we're going to target them inside the span again, but using the ampersand symbol to say span dot primary. So this is the equivalent to something like this, span dot primary for your normal CSS. We say span dot primary now. We say text transform to uppercase. Then our font size will be large, 78 pixel, and our font width will set them to 800. So now we get something like this. So the next thing we need to do, we need to target the secondary, and inside the secondary, I'm gonna check this out first. Our font size could be 34 pixel, and I'm not sure, so we need font width here. Let's see. Okay, so now we'll go set the font family to Sacramento. Yep. The font style will be italic. Then we need to push this text now, make it enter inside the borderlands more. So to do that, we'll set position to relative, and top could be minus 22 pixel. Then we'll change the color to like crimson, most it will get. So get something like this. So I want the very first letter here today capitalized. So what we'll do? We're gonna need this text transform. So say and first letter uppercase. So something like this. So we'll do the near there. We'll bring our video back, we'll see how it will be like for the very first one. So the video is today big like this. So we need to make them this small, then place them inside or just style them inside this list item. So what we need to do, we need to target the video. So just after this title, I'll break down then target the video. We'll set position to absolute and set top to 0, left to 0, and z index to -1. We'll set our video width to 500 pixel. Let's see. Okay. Then the next thing, if we say opacity 0, so you know the show. But when we enter JavaScript, if we hover, we go set the opacity, come back, then it go to show these items. So for now, we still need some tiny detailing here. When we hover on this menu item, we want the colors to change, right? Or we're not going to use JavaScript to make this one come back safe. When we hover on the menu item, we want the colors of this primary, the secondary. We want their colors to change, then we want the video to come back, right? So I'll just bring this video back. So to go do just after this video, inside the menu item, we'll say and hover, then dot title span, the primary, we'll set the color to crimson. Okay, set the color to crimson. Then for the secondary, we'll set the color to light. Okay. Oh, secondary. Or something like this. But the really important thing here is our video, which is somewhere down here. We'll set our opacity back to 1. So you see, so we're not going to need to make this color crimson. If you just set them to transparent, parents. And not to show anything, but by the time you hover, the color they show, right? Something like this. So another thing we could do is when we hover on this item, we want this second list item now they show this solid black now, yeah? Make the color turn to gray, or we'll reduce the opacity. Anyone will work. So to do that one, we'll go back to our menu way back at the top. Then we'll say when we hover on this menu, we'll target the menu item, then title when not the hovered using this. So any of the title now when not the hovered, we want to change your color to, let's say, green. Let's see what did happen here first. So you see, so when we hover, any title when not they hovered, we won't change the color to something else. So we'll change, or more even sets. We'll get gray here now. Yeah. So most sets the color to gray. Then our opacity, we'll change them to 0.2. Okay. So you see, but it appears, hold on. I'll turn to 0.5 first. Yeah, I'm not leaving like this. So another what we do, we set some transition to make the hover there a little bit smooth. So one we do now, inside the title, if we say transition, will be 0.3 seconds. Then if we come down to the video, if we set opacity 0.3 seconds, ease in out. So it gives us that smooth hover, right? On the change. So now what we'll do all this with CSS now. The next thing we need to do now, we need to track this video around. We need to track the video with our cursor around the particular list item where this video they belong to, or where this video they attached to, right? So now it's just this table for one place. So we need a situation like if our cursor there around here, the video go track full and come here. If it is somewhere, you go track full and come here. Yes. So to do that, I will do that on JavaScript. So what I go do here, I'll come my JavaScript now. Then or the folder structure here, I'll create a new folder. We'll call it JS. Then inside this JS folder now, we'll create a new file and it will be main.js. So we'll go target, or we'll go call our main.js file now inside our HTML, script source, and js/main.js. So if I work with JS, I always like to open my inspect element so that if I get any type of error, I'll quick notice I'm here. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we need to get the videos inside that file. So videos equals to document dot query selector all and video. So you see the list of our video here now, right? 1 and 2. So the next thing we need to do now, I'll just comment this one out. The next thing we need to do, we need to loop through each of these videos now using a for each loop. So I'll say videos dot for each, and for each video we'll grab the menu item where it closes. I'll say const menu item equals to video dot closest. Then we'll set a boolean equals to false. So the set this boolean now to dictate when this when the video they hovered on. So now the next thing we need to do now, we need to check when a mouse enter into the menu item. So we need to use JavaScript to check when mouse will enter inside the menu item. So when the mouse enter the menu item now, we'll set is hovered now back to true. Then we'll set style for our video now to display block. So I'll come here, I'll use an event listener. Mouse enter. Then it's hovered, we'll set them to true. And video dot style dot display equals to block. And after I do this stuff, we need to check if the video is in a ready state. So if the video they're ready to play, we'll call video.play. So video.ready state is greater than 2. We'll call video.play. Else we'll add an event listener to check, because now we assume say maybe this video they come from the internet or something, right? Because normally as it inside this assets folder, definitely we know they go play because it's already load. But if we assume say they come from the internet or something, we need to put all these things in place, right, to check when the video don't load completely. So if the video never ready, if we add an event listener and say video dot can play. So with this can play event listener, they actually they do, it actually they check if the video don't get enough data to allow playback. So if you don't get enough data to allow playback now, then we'll call the video.play function. So video.play. Okay. So now the next thing we need to do, we need to track the mouse movement. We need to track the mouse movement. So this menu item. So as the mouse they move around now, we need to make sure say the video now they move along. So to do that now, what we'll do now, we'll come down, then I'll target the menu item again, and this time we'll use another event listener, which is the mouse move. So this mouse move now, they get the events, and we'll check if its hover is true, which ideally is supposed to be true when we hover on that item. So if it is true, see also this time here already. The next thing to do, we need to retrieve the width and the height of the video. So I'll say video width, video dot offset width. I will do the same thing for the height. Okay. So now we retrieve the width and the height. We need to get the coordinates of the mouse now. We need, okay, this is that they act somehow. We need to get the coordinates of the mouse now from this top left here. So what we'll do, we'll say const mouse x equals to events dot client x minus menu item dot get bounding client rectangle dot left. So I'll duplicate this and I'll do this one for the y axis, client y, then top. Then now I'll say const x is equals to mouse x minus video width over 2 const y is equals to mouse y minus video height over 2. So now I'll get these values now. We'll target the video again, then we'll set a transform. And say translates. Mind you, this thing where you see here now, so not be quotes in a tiled key. So find the tiled key for your keyboard. It just beneath the escape key. So when you enter that tiled now, we'll do something like this. $x pixel and $y pixel. So right now we get something like this. You see how? So the track to the cursor. So basically what this code is do, the first thing we retrieve the width and the height of the video. Then this other calculation will get here now. What is it do now? It use we dey get the coordinates of the mouse. So like as the mouse they move now, so within this item now, so within this borderland item now, so we dey get the coordinates of that mouse there. Then we dey use that coordinate now, take the do some more calculation now to calculate how our video now go dey translate round this whole list item, right? So as the cursor dey move now, the video translation too now it dey move. You get? So done for that. Then finally we say when the menu item leave, we want reset everything, right? So see I'm okay, I'll just take this one out first. You see I'm saying when we leave them like this now, we'll come here now. We need to reset some of all these coordinates we'll put here. So we do we just say add event listener, and when the mouse leaves, so when the mouse leave, we will set this hover to false, and the video with style that's display so none, and we'll pause the video so that whenever we hover back, it could continue from when it stop. Then we'll just set the transform. So translates 0, 0. Now you notice say when I set the translate now for this place, I use normal quotes. Why? Because we just set a value where not the change. But since this our value here now go they change based on these values where they come for here where we calculate. What would they do now? Would they try to create using this style now so that it could interact with the variables them like that. So I think that should be all for this area. So if we just go ahead to populate more of our lists. So I already get the list for somewhere around here. I'll just duplicate this thing some more, and this clip could be 3, 4, 5, and I think one more, which is 6. So so for the third one, the title is Life After 1991, and our second text is Diaspora in the Twin Cities. Then the fourth one, just type this quickly, 9 numbers, and And for the last one, we have my 3 sons. And this would be Muslims in America. Okay, so now we get something like this. I did very just say the responsive version of this thing here. Got a little bit different but from where I grab the design. I just wait till they make available with this, so we just need to make do, right? And let's see what will we do. We take this opacity back to 0.2, let's see. Yeah, or even the 0.4. Okay. You see, I say when I go back and I continue from when it stop, based on that pause, what we'll get now. Wash. If I leave come back, it will continue. It's not like the video will start again. Based on that pause there. Okay, so now we're like say we'll not target this, we'll not tackle this area now. What do we need to do now? We need to do some more work on the cursor. So for the cursor, or the custom cursor rather, I'll come the very top of the HTML document now, then I'll create a span. I'll call them custom cursor. Then inside main.css, just after the body, we'll target custom cursor and we'll set border radius to 50% and position to fixed. Z-index 1000. We'll transform, translate, minus 50%, minus 50%. I just want to type the whole custom cursor code out there. By the time it is visible for the screen, I will start to explain what is more for this code, see how they do, right? So the transition, I will set down to transform, and transition duration will be 5 milliseconds. Transition duration, transition timing function, cubic Bezier 6001. Then pointer events, none. Mix blend mode could be different. Then inside, before the contents, empty, then position could be absolute. Top could be 50%. Same thing for left. Then display could be block. We'll set our width to 10 pixel. This before after now be the actual cursor self. You get all these other ones and are just effect on the cursor. So this before after now be the actual cursor. So I say before after. This before pseudo element rather. Then we'll set height to 10 pixel, and margin top could be -5 pixel. Same thing for margin left. And box sizing, border box, transform. The scale could be 1.4. And I'll copy some of these items back because we need them. So we need transition for the transform, and our transition duration goes to be 5 seconds. And same thing for the cubic Bezier timing function. So I think with this, our custom cursor, refresh. Okay, we need to set a box shadow. Set 0, 0, 0, 10 pixel, lights. So see the cursor, the sign is somewhere around there. To see they miss something somewhere here. So we'll inspect this stuff. So custom cursor. Before. Okay. So actually, our difference here, they work. Okay, so now we need some JavaScript to make this work. So that I'll do here. I'll come this my JS folder, create a new file, just say custom cursor.js. Then inside this file, we'll select the custom cursor. So cursor. Go be document dot query selector and custom cursor. And the next thing we need to do, we need to create an event listener on the document. So document dot add event listener. So the event listener we'll go using on a mouse move. So the mouse move now, we'll say const x could be e dot client x. And constant y could be e dot client y. So place the E here. So when it gets the position of the mouse based on the position of the mouse for inside the documents, right? How would you try get now using this our event here? Then we'll say cursor dot style dot left. What's how they do? Dot left is equal to x plus pixel. So we'll do the same thing for the y axis, and it'll be top y. So now we'll get this. Now we'll test again. Refresh and yeah, we need to call custom cursor.js. Okay. So now this should work. So you see, as the cursor now they follow the mouse movements, right? So if you look down here for the custom cursor, I might increase this thing small. No, this one. So if you look at the inspector now, you see the style now, right? So if we move only this direction now, if I fit do something like that now, you see I say only the left they move. Then for the top now, only the top they move. So we move on left or the top like this. So if we take them to the extreme end here now, it shows 0, 0. So based on the direction where this mouse cursor now, which is the arrow they move now, will they move the box along. That'll be the essence of all this calculation we'll do here. You get? So it did a bit similar to what we do with this our border land and video listing stuffs. So next thing we want to do now, we need to style this cursor a little bit. Our cursor, let's see. I think we need to set the border radius on this cursor to make it rounded. So I'll copy this border radius here. I'll paste them anywhere. And our cursor they rounded. So the aim of this difference what we use here, and to make sure say by the time the cursor enter into any color will not be black color, like it give us that negative effect, right? You know the negative theme they be, so give us that negative effect. That'll be the aim of that difference what we do here. Then all this cubic Bezier and this transform what is for this place now mostly for effects where we'll get into shortly. So when we hover, we won't increase the size of the cursor just to like highlight this whole item to show you okay, this is the clickable, or this about and this item saying that it clickable. So what we'll do here, we'll need to target the logo. So I'll just duplicate these two things. We'll target the logo then. Say logo area dot logo, and we'll target the menu items. Then we'll say header menu menu item. So this works. So the next thing we need to do, we need to create two functions to handle to handle our hover states. So I'll come down and say function handle hover and cursor dot class list dot remove cursor scale down, then scale up, add. So it's what they try to do here. They try do something like if the mouse enter one of these items, either the logo or the menu, we'll first remove any form of scale down effect, then we'll add the scale up effect, right? Because well, when I create the class, you see, so I go duplicate this one now, then I'll say handle on hover. Then same thing here, we'll go remove scale up and we'll add scale down. So by the time you hover on something, with a scale up, and by the time you hover out on the targeted item, which is this, you call this function, then we'll remove the scale up, then we'll add this scale down to take them back to default. So just to see how this class be like, we'll come back then just after, I'll take this thing out, then just after this custom cursor, say cursor scale up and transform scale 4, and translate minus 50%, minus 50%. Then I'll duplicate this item. So when we scale down, we'll take them back to say 1.4, which is the default, and we'll see call the same translate. So it's what we try to do now. We say by the time we hover on this item now, we need to scale the cursor. So back to our custom cursor.js now. We'll target the items on one scale now. Then we'll go enter, we'll create event listener for when the mouse enter and when the mouse leave. So the first one I need to target now the logo item now. So I'll target the logo and I'll add event listener. Mouse enter, handle over, and do the same thing for when mouse leaves. Handle on over. So let's see. Let's see. Fresh. So you see what did happen here, right? All here they increase because of how we target this thing. If you see this whole item here now, we use display block. So I'm gonna try to show to like inline block first. Must see what did happen. No. We have a block. I'll set the width to fit content. And when we hover, you see it's not gonna affect everything here. So that means our logo, we need to go into our logo now. We'll target the logo and set width now to fit the content of the logo. So I'll go back to my logo somewhere here, and I think, yeah, we'll set the width to fit content. Okay, so when we hover on the logo now, we'll get something like this. So we need to do the same for these items here. When we hover on this menu items, we need to increase the size of the cursor as well. So inside our custom cursor.js now, what we'll do, we'll target the menu items. This is supposed to be query selector all because we get more than one item. So I'll come down and say menu items dot for each item. We'll say item dot. I just won't copy this thing itself. Item dot add the verse listener for when the mouse enter and when the mouse leave. And yep. So when we hover, and when we hover, we get this. So basically this should be everything. And to make this a little bit cleaner, or do we need to? If we place these whole items now for inside their own function, so I'll cut them out. I'll just say function dot update cursor position, and we'll call that function here. And hopefully this thing still works. Yeah, still works. So the last thing we need to do now, we just need to make sure say only this circle now, the active. All this cursor are already show here. We'll not make it show. So to do that, if we come back, we'll target this, we'll say none, and yeah, works. So they work for the whole body here, but to see the cursor for these items. So we'll target this menu item separately, then we'll make sure say with the add cursor none to the menu item. So I just copy this cursor and inside the title, which is the anchor tag, because I need to say the clickable now. We'll paste down, then supposed to get something like this. So just like this, we all create these nice looking listings. So anyhow, I'll see you for the next video. Thank you.